takes it for Great Britain.
Yes, Edgewan took it for Great Britain, but what a sprint shock for Jamaica. What a surprise. What a national nightmare for Jamaica. Blunders all over the place. You know what? Let's jet into this story. Welcome to Jet. So first and foremost, before we get into one of Jamaica's worst relay performances that took place in China, give thanks to Yahweh and to Yahushua. Yes, man. So a few days ago, before the kickoff of the World Relay Championships in Guangzhou, China, where we've seen the Jamaican athletes ready to take on the world and looking very good in their practices.
Great.
We've seen the legendary Shelley and Fraser Price bouncing poetically and looking very fit and ready indeed. At this age, still competing is something to talk about. We've seen Johan Blake getting a lot of support in China as if he is the king of sprinting. The crowd gathered round looking for autographs. As the Chinese fans continue to take pictures and autograph of Johan Blake himself and following him wherever he goes, the question is, will the Jamaican public flock him the way the Chinese do? Will the Jamaican public forgive him for what is coming up next as we progress in the video for any blunders that he may have made? So the women ran very well to qualify, and we'll get back to them further down into the video. But when we came to the men's running, this was disaster, blunder, who knows what to describe it. Ron Watson coming into Julian Fort and trying to place the button, and he misses and couldn't put it in his hand. Julian Fort was moving his hand all over the place. Schoolboy stuff. You don't do that because Jamaican relay team have been practicing from baby. Put it that way. So oh yeah, make the mistake there. You do not do that. You keep your hand steady and wait for the man who can see your hand to put it in there while you're moving your hand around Mr. Fort. But then they have another chance today, so they can fix that, and we will see how well they will do when it comes to today. But you're going to be in for a shocker. And we're not talking about Shaka Zulu either, but a shocker that you did not expect for an experienced athlete like this one coming up. So this time Rowan Watson didn't make any mistake, but wow, Julian Fort is injured, unfortunately. And here we go again in the race as they come round to this end. Julian Fort trying to reach up to Johan Blake, but Johan Blake could not get the button on time. Come on, Johan Blake, another schoolboy stuff. You can see the man a come, you see the man injury, and you run off. Tap no man and wait on the button, and then after you've collected the button, then you can try and see if you can make up on the athletes who've already gone ahead, rather than don't get a chance at all in the race. Because remember, you know, you're running a race to enter into the World Championships relays coming this September. So you do not want to make any mistakes, and you see that Julian Fort is injured. Wait for him and give him a chance to put the button in your hand. Schoolboy stuff. Julian Fort, injury can happen to anyone at any time, so get well soon. Sorry to hear that you're injured. So the Chinese, they love Johan Blake, but the Jamaicans are not loving him at the moment because they're cursing him to say that he should know better. A very experienced athlete shouldn't have run off so quickly, should have waited for an injured athlete, and should have collected the button and give himself an opportunity to try and get into the mix. So the women were ready to take on the rest of the field, and the first runner, I believe it is Natasha Marriage, ran very well, who handed off to the legendary Shelley and Fraser Price, who ran a very good leg to take the baton straight on to Tina Clayton, who is going to continue that particular speed and come around the home straight to give the rest of the athletes a very good chance, particularly Sherika Jackson. So Sherika Jackson got the button right next to the British athletes Yoderan, and she was running very well. At one point, Shericka Jackson was leading, but then Shericka Jackson started to walk. The Spain athlete was very good in terms of her race. She maintained her speed, but what on earth is going on with Shericka Jackson? We know Shericka Jackson is injured. Why are we putting lame and injured athletes on the relay team to make qualification for the World Championships? What is going on with the authorities in Jamaica in making the selections when I've heard that there are very good, fit and healthy athletes out there who may well be ready and able to take on the challenge? Why did we not put Shelley and Fraser Price at the anchor leg? It has been reported that Shericka Jackson always wants to run the anchor leg, but we know Shericka Jackson is a very, very good talent, don't get me wrong, but she cannot do anchor, because what Shericka Jackson does in 200 meter and all of her 400 meter races, she maintains, which is not a bad thing, but she does not increase speed. The top end speed is not there. Shericka Jackson reminds me of Christine Hohorogo, which is the British athlete who ran many races and won a British champion over the years. When everyone is slowing down and going backwards, Christine Hohorogo is maintaining her speed, and that is what Shericka Jackson is good at. Shelley and Fraser Price, on the other hand, should be on the anchor leg. She is someone who can pick up speed and maintain speed as well and take on the challenge. Look at this race where Shelley and Fraser Price was able to beat British Daryl Nita in the final like a steam train. This is how you do it, and this is how you place your athletes when you're running the relays.
Backhand written hold on. Look at Shelley and Fraser Price like a steam train, express train, gets it on the line.
So that's how it's done. So what went wrong in China? Is Jamaica relay team in crisis? This is not the first blunders or mistakes or mishaps. There are other relays to which Jamaica was expected to do very well, but came out with all sort of mistakes, all sort of injuries and so on. Now, there's nothing wrong with being injured. It is the name of the game, and wish all the athletes who are injured the best of recovery. But the question is, did they know that they were injured before they put them under so much strain and stress and put them to the challenge? And if they did, why did you put those athletes? Couldn't you have found other athletes from the pool, or find other athletes that we may well have done better? And schoolboy stuff and schoolboy mistakes, there's no excuse for that, for Johan Blakes making those mistakes, and in the first trial, the first relay, Julian Foote making those mistakes as well in collecting the baton. So what is your view? Do you believe that Jamaica's performance at the World Athletics Relays is nothing but a national nightmare after a shocking collapse in the relay squad? Write your comments below, man, and let's have a discussion about this. For those of you who've forgotten to subscribe, please remember to touch the like button, smash the subscribe button, touch up the bell, and remember to share with your friends and family. So you all go on now. We're going to jet off,